ask Tony.
Okay. What the heck's going on here?
Must be the first one.
You want to take a look at this quick? What is that? It's Eckert's
Oh, yeah.
Application.
Yeah, that was for the extra tape as well, so. Yeah, I knew about that.
We haven't had any reports of any,
I don't think so, no, I don't.
Is there something in here for that?
no, I'm going to show it to you in a minute.
Oh, yeah, no, I think that's fine.
He's back.
Did you want to see this?
I got it. It's out there. Still Dave's.
That's it.
Going to go line by line.
Yep, I'm ready to check.
All right, we're going to start. Welcome to the Planning Board meeting for April 28, 2022. Our next meeting is on May 12th. Applications and documentation has to be in 10 days before that meeting in order to have it considered at that meeting. All right, we're going to start.
Yep, so the first application is a trustee referral for Eckert's Luncheonette. It's applicant requests outdoor dining, 8 tables and 15 chairs. Here, you can come on up to the podium.
Do any of our experts have any comments or? Your eggs are going to be overdone, just keep that in mind. You know how those eggs get.
It's on a patio, put in,
Yes, and the dimensions are 30 by 20.
that was part of the site plan. So,
Well, last summer, when they had talked to her, they said that they would want something more concrete. So,
No, with the building permit that we got last year, we were talking to someone about, we need a patio or something like that, a better barrier up front, so.
if they weren't going to continue with accepting it because of COVID, so we figured we'd move ahead and get done what they had asked.
With the toad, they put the chairs outside, kind of just on the grass. And then they said, hey, this is working out, we'd like to do this more permanent. So I said, yeah, just understand that the board's probably going to want some sort of patio and some sort of barrier. So people want to drive through and people want to just sit on the grass. And I think they, maybe not familiar with our process, jumped the gun on the patio portion. So we're trying to, I guess this is to rectify the whole.
So how do we handle the patio predicated on this referral from the trustees. The board members have looked at the submission from the trustees. Nobody has any objection up here to them having tables and chairs out there, so our recommendation to the trustees will be, sure, we have,
Probably be prudent to get some sort of as-built of the concrete located on the survey, some sort of.
so should we put together a resolution in the absence of Tony being here, perhaps asking the applicant to supply us with a site plan for the now completed construction? If you could do that within the next 2 meetings, you don't even have to do it by the next meeting, but we're going to need some kind of representation of what you've done without a permit in order to make it part of your site plan. Okay, so I don't think we have to go through a whole site plan process.
You're not changing the size of the building.
No, right. But we're going to need a description of what was poured and the location of it on some kind of map, okay?
And also, I just wanted to state that we had asked for 15 chairs, but after looking at what we were approved for last year and our inside and outside capacity, we'd like to ask for 26 seats and 8 tables. And we were approved for 9 tables and 26 seats last year.
Well, obviously, now that you have a little more room,
Yeah.
I mean, does that impact us from a health department standpoint?
But they're still in the B1, so they're entitled to the seasonal up to the 28th, the trustees deem it appropriate.
And I would imagine we've had no complaints from the neighbors or anybody. We know how ruckus they can get over there.
It's just to be an either or. It's a nice warm day, everyone's outside. It's a rainy day, everyone's inside. It hasn't been an issue.
Okay. So the board is prepared to give the trustees a no objection letter regarding the seating. And I need a motion to ask the applicant to provide us with an abbreviated site plan to describe the patio.
I make a motion.
Second.
Are we referring it with 15 chairs or 26?
What's on the piece of paper that we got from the,
I think I have to revise
Well,
it.
15.
They put 15 on the board review request, but now they're asking for 26.
You had the same thing last year?
Yeah. That is at our approved
Okay.
dining list.
so we're going to 26 chairs?
So 8 tables.
Okay. Yeah, we'll go with the 26.
Okay.
Thank you. And we'll expect to see that.
Yes. I'll just run it over here.
Yeah, give it to Megan, and Brad will give it a quick eyeball.
Do we need this picture, approved picture of the outside dining room?
No, we're good. We got pretty much. Nice work.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you,
I
guys.
hope you have a good summer.
The next application is number 1, Marius Nicolaitis, 36 Hazelwood Avenue. That's held over till May 26th. The next application is number 2, 85 and 105 Montauk Highway. Nick Bureau requested to hold that over to May 12th. Do I need a motion?
Yeah, make a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. The next application is number 3, Westhampton Inn LLC, 43 Main Street. Jim has requested to hold that over to May 12th. So I'll need a motion, please.
Make a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The next application is number 4, Prime Storage, 98 Depot Road. They have put in a request to hold it over to May 12th. Can I have a motion, please?
Make a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
The next application is number 5, 55 Old Riverhead Road. They're held over until May 12th. The next application is number 6, Firestar Holdings, 14 Rogers Avenue. They're held over to May 26th. The next application is number 7, WHDH Real Estate, 7 Beach Lane. Jim is here for that.
For the applicant, good evening.
Toby.
So I think we're pretty close to the end. We submitted what we call the final full site plan for this matter about a week ago. The only significant change from prior submission was the addition of a grass paver turnaround to deal with the issue that the village engineer correctly raised about getting trucks on and off at that end of the property. And so with the encouragement of the building inspector and the highway superintendent, the clients agreed to show that. And so that's really the significant change from the last version of this plan. We're 3/4 of the way through the health department, or halfway, or we're well underway, whatever that means.
How does that percentage actually work out? How do you measure that?
Yes,
I think we're there. There was some lack of clarity on the rooms and part of the previous owner. When they dug through the archives, I think we found some data for the health department that they were happy with, but knock on wood. So I think we're in good shape.
so I don't know if they're Ron or I'm good. I don't have any comments.
Well, I guess all we can do now is wait for your health department approval and,
So why don't we, let's be optimistic, put it over for the 12th, and we'll update you as to where we're at.
appreciate it. Looks good, thank you. Were you able to make peace with Guy?
With whom?
With Guy, the neighbor?
You know, we haven't necessarily reached out.
Okay.
There was a report in the beginning, and I think the way dialogue with the village had gone, and they said their piece, and we kind of let things lie. We certainly expect that once we're fully entitled and going, there will certainly be ongoing dialogue, because it will be a construction site. And we haven't heard from them either. We have every expectation and intention to, keep them happy. They're a neighbor. They're important, as is Mr. Saccopanti to the south.
Right, we appreciate that.
Yeah.
Somebody at the Historical Society asked if you're gonna bulldoze those boxwoods, they're out in the front. I
The
don't,
Historical Society,
I think they might want them.
they can call me and we probably would give them some boxwoods.
I don't know if they're gonna wanna dig them, huh?
Well, you've seen our site plan, so we'll have the vegetation on.
Well, those boxwoods catch whatever disease killing them all off these days, so I don't know that, that's,
Have them be in touch with me, and I can put them in touch with Clark.
okay.
I need a motion to hold over to May 12th.
Make a motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The next application is WHB Development Partners LLC, 107 Old Riverhead Road. Again, this is requested to hold that over to May 12th. So I'll need a motion, please.
Make a motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The next application is number 9, which is Hampton Synagogue Parish House, 1315 Brook Road. Frank Lombardo has requested to hold that over to May 12th. Can I have a motion, please?
Make a motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The next application is CGJC Holding Corp., 214-238 Montauk Highway, Baby Moon. They are supposed to be here, I don't know where they are, so if we want to keep going down the agenda. Are you here for Baby Moon? No? Okay. So we'll just keep moving. Maybe they're just running late. Architect, he told me he was coming, so we'll just.
We'll give them 5 minutes.
The next one is number 11, West Hampton Excavators LLC. They're already held over to May 12th. The next application is George Vickers, 2527 Hazelwood. They're already held over to May 26th. And the last application is Phil, 282 Dune Road, LLC, 282 Dune Road. You're here for that?
You guys looked at it?
Yeah, I was sick most of last week, so we're a little late getting out there. I had to push off, so we didn't get the memo from us till today, so I understand it's a little last second.
You're in receipt of a memo?
I sent it to Gloria this afternoon. Yeah, it was great.
She stops working too, so I have to see the
Oh, okay.
Can we discuss what was in them?
Basically,
Can I just have your name?
Sure. My name is Tim Ganitas, Ganetis, from Austin Patterson Distant Architects.
Okay.
This was the one that had the foundation going, so we didn't get too far on the site, it's on the north side.
You had drainage that looked like it might be adequate. What we couldn't tell from the grades, it's not cover. Because there weren't any grades on the drainage structures, and there weren't any grades on property. That we could tell that you need about 3.5 feet.
Of cover on the sanitary.
Well, 3.5 feet total of the groundwater.
It wasn't the sanitary so much as the stormwater management to the north and the east, because you have an elevation on the bulkhead showing 4.3.
Correct.
And then your fill stops near the front at like 6. So between 6 and 4.3, you have a 3-foot ring. We didn't think we really had groundwater was like 2.3 there. So it didn't seem like effectively we had enough to cover. So we wanted the engineer to look at either moving those structures or, have it coming up with a fill and drainage scheme that goes further back in the property.
Well, not in our comments, but you have a lot of hard structures you use for drainage. And the nature of the property and how close that bulkhead is, you might do better with French drains and just letting it go into the bay.
Some
Surface drainage.
So if we were to eliminate the hard drainage structures in question and propose French drain, would we be able to-
Or an alternate or a mix or something like that. And then also, I like to see where the high point of the property. So what we don't want is water flowing onto the village road. You have trench drains in there. I have to make sure that there's enough cover that they're enough to take the water. Because it looks like there's some other drains in there that are in the driveway. I'm just not sure how it all worked out, because it's not that good a drain.
In terms of the drawings that were submitted?
Dave has questions. He has the same comments on the other.
And we have some time. They're just doing the grade beams now. It's working twice a month. Shouldn't really hold you up in all too ways. Review the memo, take a look at the plans again, and then we should be able to wrap this up next week.
And it might be prudent for you to, once you revise things early enough, let them take a look at it in advance of the meeting so that we don't have to uncover something that may have been omitted and take more time.
Oh, yeah, I'll take that from you.
So you're going to be back on May 12th? I need a motion to hold over the application until May 12th.
I make a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Back up to number 10, PBJG Holden Court, Baby Moon.
Have you guys looked at PJGGLSD Baby Moon?
Well, we were just talking about it, and I was wondering why the configuration of the outdoor parking area is on a diagonal. Doesn't make any sense. I mean, my recommendation is just, it looks like they agreed to close that curb cut, just
Yep.
have the, kind of go straight across, which we typically get. I think these are little plantings that keep going. I would just have that buffer along the front, just to be consistent straight across, and then use that whole area on the side. Get rid of that diagonal there, and just use that whole side there. I mean, quite frankly, if this is the way they're going, I don't know why they need any of the asphalt on the east side of the building.
I think somebody on the board suggested they take it all out.
That's probably a good idea. I don't know what you say.
Yeah.
But at least the configuration, I mean, that's another
Well,
story.
yeah,
So
it's-
probably a bigger expense or something, but the, if they're doing all this work up front, let's just
Hey.
get the buffer to go straight across.
Maybe they thought they were asking for too much. Sometimes people, when
They do.
they're holding back, let's not ask for everything, we're not gonna get it. But here, in this case, it makes sense.
Yeah, totally.
Just run it across, take the room. It's
Yeah,
there.
take it, it's there.
Take it, use it. Maybe they're afraid that you're gonna say, oh, you're taking up too much
Whatever
space.
that strip is, 5 feet off the property line or something, but.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not looking to increase the capacity of the restaurant. The presumption is that on nice days, people will prefer to sit outside in these areas. So,
Take the room.
yeah.
Actually, it's a big contention between the two places. They always put a barrier there. One was encroaching on the other. and it was a little issue.
Outside dining, this is what the trustees. The village allows outside parking in 28 seats.
I'm in the B1, the B2
Right.
is 12.
And that's seasonal, right? I mean, that's
Seasonal, but
That's when, like, on the egg carts one, why don't we just do a full site plan, they can have it when it's going off, they don't have to?
you got there.
But then you don't have to come back every year and renew the thing, you know?
I didn't know how.
No, exactly, that's why I didn't say boo, I was like, why are we doing this as a site plan, they can just have
I
it
have a
all on
question.
site, right?
Is the seating that's outside, is that a temporary issue that's being granted every year? Because you had said the final site plan. I thought,
It sounds like that they want to have it every year.
Yeah.
Do they have to ask for it every year?
They're deducting seats from inside, put them outside.
that's what's supposed to happen.
Well, that's for a couple of reasons, one for health department and parking.
Health department, rather say, it does a calculation, it's not quite one to one.
No, it's half.
Well, reality
It's
is
calculated at half.
that if they've got the seating outside,
Parking is one,
Yeah,
and that's what the village code is, and I'm not sure the village, well, I don't
well, it's
know.
1 for 3, really.
Well, yeah.
But they're probably maxed out
You're
already,
trading
right?
one,
Aren't
you're
they
trading
maxed?
one seat. for
Yes,
one
seats, yes. If they don't have any additional parking areas, they don't have any additional seats.
WB1 has additional parking.
No, I'm talking about this
Yeah,
one.
yeah, this one.
Yeah. But I think they're maxed out on their parking, right? Based on the seating
Yes,
capacity?
definitely.
based on the original seating capacity, not the extra tables.
Well, I think these are proposed to come in and out, I don't know, Brad.
They're
right?
saying that they're not adding any seats, taking from
Oh,
inside.
here, no,
Yeah.
here is fine. It's
Oh, Eckert's.
like that discussion last night.
Yes.
Does the village code, when you get outside seating, does it mean you have to reduce the inside?
Parking
It
counts
does
are
not
on
say
there.
that.
Well, see, that
Well-
just allows you more seats and no parking.
Well, reality is if they need extra seats, they gotta put them inside. So, but
Of course.
it is what it is. But this is renewable every year, from my understanding.
Yeah.
Oh, this is,
The way this is set up, this will be
This
a
is-
renewal every year. And, to the point where you've got unfriendly neighbor situations and some people who abuse.
Well, if it's a yearly renewal, if there's abuse, then the next year you can.
You can say no.
Pull it back.
Maybe it's not.
Not,
This is separate.
this is not a,
This is not a
this is gonna
renewal?
become part of, this is a full-blown site plan.
Right. We asked them to do that.
Yeah, which only makes sense for them, but there's gonna have to be some conditions or something as it relates to the seats.
Right.
That if they're seasonal, they'll have to, you can't increase the capacity.
Right.
well, the calculations for the parking are based on the seating. You clearly can't have more than the total number of seats.
Right, so it's a condition, but
Looks
so
like they
that,
have 55, so it's a 1 for 3, plus one
It's
per
on the
employee.
parking. Yeah, it's 1 for 3 plus employees.
Yeah.
Well, maybe next time the applicant will show up.
The Eckert's one was the season.
On the other one?
Right. Understood.
We'll have to have-
Even though they put a patio out there for conversation, didn't quite understand, but I was giving them a heads up, hey, the board is probably gonna want not just grass, And if it's something to protect from cars driving through, I
Right.
guess they, okay, we'll go do that and then ask for the permit. So that one's seasonal, this one's not. This
Got
one's.
it. Make a motion, we close the meeting.
Good idea.
Second.
Aye.
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 Man, that's 20 minutes.